Hello, this is Jackie Gittens from Brooklyn, Queens, Leah, and I just wanted to put out a short video about a couple of things going on. I know that a lot of people are just now considering homeschooling. It is probably mid-July right now, and you've come to the point where you're really considering doing this for the 2019-2020 school year. So in thinking about that, there are a couple of things that you can consider right now. One of them is your paperwork, and that might seem daunting for a new homeschooler, but it's fairly simple once you've been doing it a little while. The first piece would be the letter of intent, and that is a short piece, written letter to the Department of Education, and you're letting them know pretty much, I will be homeschooling this child for this school year. And we have to put it out there every year. We send it into the central office of homeschooling in New York City. It's very short. It doesn't have to be long and rambling. My personal letter of intent pretty much says, this is the student, Olivia Gittens, my daughter, will be homeschooling for the 2019-2020 school year. And I add her OSIS number, which is the number that the Department of Education gives children in our city, and that identifies them for the department. So any other Olivia Gittens wouldn't be confused with mine. And I then write a couple of lines that I will be homeschooling her because I believe that she will do well in this environment. Signed, Jacqueline Gittens. And that's pretty much it for my letter of intent. It is not long. It's not even like a complete paragraph. It's probably 2 or 3 sentences at most. And I send that off, and it alerts the Department of Education that this child will be kept at home for homeschooling. That is due on July 1st. Now that date is past now, but you can still send in your letter of intent and let them know that you will be homeschooling this child for this coming school year. The second letter that you will be sending out, and this one is in a letter, this is the IHIP. So it is called the IHIP. It is the Individualized Home Instruction Plan. And your IHIP pretty much lets them know what you will be teaching for each subject. So you will send in your letter of intent. The Department of Education will send you a packet. In that packet, it will contain an attendance list. It will contain the regulations for homeschooling. It will also contain copies of their forms for your quarterly reports. We'll talk about those in another video. And also your IHIP. So that's what it will contain in there. The IHIP, which we're going to talk a little bit about today, that would be where you would list what you're going to use to teach English. So your English textbook can go in there. If you're going to be using different books, you can list those books, or if you're going to, you could also list it as what subjects you will cover in that grade for this year. For English, math, and they will give you the list of all of the classes that they require for the year in their packet that they'll send you. So you have there 2. The letter of intent, July 1st is due, but you can send it in. And then the IHIP, Individualized Home Instruction Plan. And this one I believe is due August 15th. So getting your curriculum now so that you know what you'll be using is a great time to be doing that, to be collecting everything so you know what you will be using, what you will be teaching, and what that's going to look like, and the shape of it for yourself, let alone for the Department of Education. So those are your 2 forms, and then you will be considering like the broader pictures of homeschooling, which would include workshops and homeschool conventions that are happening right around this time. The first one is one that Brooklyn, Queens, Leah puts on every year. This is like our 5th or 6th year doing it, called Homeschool 101. And that's an event that is coming up on August. It's in August. August 9th to be specific. So that is something that is great for new homeschoolers. It is an opportunity for us as homeschoolers that have been doing this for a while to share some of the things that we know and answer questions. We have a panel of moms that will be sitting there talking about these same things, the IHIP, the letter of intent, what the dates look like, and then more practical things like where do I get my curriculum, or how do I set up my homeschool, or how do you organize, or how do you teach multiple students, and all kind of things like that. So we'll be talking about a lot of topics. Hopefully you will come out and ask some questions, because asking questions, some people think that, oh no, I won't ask because that's a dumb question. There are no dumb questions, because you don't know if something you ask might be something someone else wanted to know about, maybe didn't even know. So it'd be great for you to come out. There is going to be an Eventbrite link for that. There's also the Greater Homeschool Convention coming up as well. And that's going to be amazing. Leah will be there. I'll be there. And that is a huge convention where we're just having a little workshop, but still super important because it's going to be in your neighborhood. Greater Homeschool Convention is upstate, but worth the drive. All kind of vendors will be there. There'll be speakers that are just focused on talking to you and your heart about this huge decision of homeschooling. Not that it's unattainable, but there's so much that goes into it for the family and for the education of that student. So I would really think that every homeschooler should have an opportunity to see something like this and to be a part of it. So that is definitely something for you to consider. There will be a link for the Greater Homeschool Convention at the end of the video also. So if you have any questions or comments about it, feel free to reach out to me or to our WordPress, our Facebook, or I think my number is listed too. So I'm more than happy to talk about this amazing adventure that we call homeschooling. Look forward to meeting you. Bye.